everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having a fantastic weekend. I need to get in here and clear out what's left of my cucumbers. It's starting to be a little stanky in here, and I know I need to do that. I have been so busy this week with kind of filming reviews and other stuff that I haven't got to doing that yet. But the tomatoes, the rest of the tomatoes that are on the plant are doing okay right now, so I'm not too worried about it. But hopefully by the time the weekend rolls around, and I should point out that I'm filming this on a Tuesday because just because of the week, because we're filming this on a Tuesday, I'm hoping that by the time the weekend comes, I will have had a chance to get in there and rip things out. But I will keep you posted. Meanwhile, I'm still having all kinds of issues with my sprouts. These little guys just will not quit, but the sprouts are also not quitting. So I'm just going to leave them. In past years, what I've done is I've, as soon as I've had any white fly or black fly or anything, I've ripped everything out. But I'm learning that just by leaving stuff and letting the plant have a chance to fight them off, I'm actually getting more progress. So my butternut squashes are still growing. I think they are a little late in the season. I was late in planting them this year, and I've learned next year I need to plant them earlier. I don't think I'm going to have any more zucchini. The ones that were on here have kind of all fizzled and died off. It is, by the time you watch this, we'll be into November. So I really need to get in and start digging and preparing for next year. In a couple of weeks' time, my garlic needs to go in, and I've already purchased my garlic and my onion sets for next year. They are currently sitting in the server closet, which is nice and cold and dark, which is how they like it. And that means that hopefully they will start growing shortly after Thanksgiving. Ashley is really starting to fill out now. Her new feathers are coming on. The new feathers are coming on really nicely with the other birds. So they are doing really well. I've got to decide what I'm going to do about pulling up the rest of the courgettes and zucchinis, because they still look like they're growing. The same thing is true here with some of these tomatoes. These tomatoes, I think if I put those inside, they'll probably still be okay. We've got some turning still, but it really is getting to the end of the season now, and there's not a lot really happening out here right now. I just turned my truck on. That was silly. We've got so many cars here today because we've been filming this week with the Audi e-tron. We've got a bit more filming to do on Monday. Then that goes back and we've got another car, and then we go from there. But the lack of eggs continues. My hens are still not laying eggs. These are the fake ones. And there are some hens that are insisting on using the nest boxes as their personal bedroom overnight, which means that they're making extra mess, which needs to be cleaned up, because you don't want poop where they're going to be laying the eggs. So it's not very sanitary. So we've been busy doing that. But really what I wanted to talk to you about today is the fact that it's now very much into autumn, and if I turn the camera around, you'll see that we have leaves everywhere. So the leaves are falling really spectacularly. You'll see the leaves on my wife's Chevrolet Bolt, and a lot of people at this time of year spend a lot of their time basically blowing leaves and picking up leaves and sorting out leaves. Now, leaves are not always a good thing. So obviously we have to clean our gutters because the leaves get stuck in the gutters. They can cause blockages. If your gutters aren't draining properly, it can cause damage to your house, not only to the gutters, but actually to the roof. So in a couple of weeks' time, we'll need to get up on the roof and blow out the leaves, or we might leave it until the spring and do it in the spring. We try and do it like in the spring. I think we've probably had the worst of the heavy rain that we normally get at this time of year. So hopefully now it'll be a bit cooler and it won't be quite so bad. But obviously the leaves on the solar panels prevent, as I can show you here, the leaves on the solar panels, they don't necessarily help with solar generation capabilities. Also, obviously, wet leaves on the driveway, not good for safety. Obviously, if you're walking out to the car or you're walking out to the bin or anything like that, you don't want to slip on wet leaves. And out the back of the house, this is a particular problem. I'll show you. Because out here, this pathway can get very wet. And these stones here, these little crazy pavers here, they can also get really bad. And as you can see, we have a lot of leaves there, but we also have a lot of leaves in the garden. And like I say, sometimes at this time of year, all you hear are leaf blowers and people blowing leaves. And I have tried in the past to keep leaves blown away and tried to kind of keep everything going. But I have learned over the last couple of years that here in the Pacific Northwest, letting the leaves sit in the grass and allowing them to mulch away actually helps. It helps the soil, the nutrients in the soil, but it also helps local wildlife, whether it's bugs or other critters who use those leaves to keep themselves warm during winter, who may use the leaves to hibernate. And so at this time of year, I try really, really hard to keep the driveway clear. But then other parts of the house, other parts of the garden, we don't necessarily clear all the leaves because that can lead to additional problems. And, you know, we don't live anywhere with an HOA, so we don't have some bossy person telling us that we need to clean our leaves or else. And, you know, our trees, we have many trees. I'm just going to show you up there. Look at that. That is our maple tree, our biggest maple tree. Cherry tree. It's a cherry tree. Please forgive me. Our cherry tree is really, really pretty. Our maple trees are also really, really pretty. And they've already most of them have already lost their leaves. But the cherry tree, gorgeous, gorgeous colour at this time of year as all the leaves fall off. And the amount of leaves that tree has, yeah, it's going to take a long while to clear all the leaves off. So we're not doing like one tree, we're doing many different trees. And I know that people say, well, you live in the Pacific Northwest, there's lots of evergreens behind me. Yes, but there's loads of deciduous trees as well. So we opt to be smart about our leaf clearing. We clear them when we have to. And when we don't have to, we just leave them. Other things in the garden right now, not a lot really happening. The cosmos is still looking incredible. And the honeysuckle, the funnysuckle as my mum likes to call them, still doing really well. Other than that, the parsnips are still doing great. And I'm still working through the apples that we harvested earlier this year. I cannot wait for the chickens to start laying again. And in case you were curious, the garlic is still incredibly well. I really need to hang that garlic up one way or another just to make sure that it doesn't get destroyed. And over here, the broccoli is still doing incredibly well and doing amazingly strong at the moment, as has the collie. The collie's kind of having a second lease of life. And the potatoes up there, the volunteer potatoes, they're still growing too. So tell me what's going on in your garden, and I hope that the start to November is a good one for you. Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got some thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers that you can sign up for from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just over $10 a year. A huge welcome to our newest supporters: Alan Brim, Jim, Sarah Horlock, full name, Todd Johnson, Roderick, Stuart Despain, Rupert Ronson, Larry Phoenix, Darla, Wendy Kelly Bundenbaum, and Kay. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll also find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have a good old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at, address also linked below. And of course, if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below. Don't forget that Halloween is coming and we've got some great designs for the season. We've also got some great content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed on PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we also think this one is well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving!